Myself, Jagdesh. I have secured 249th rank in Civil Service Exam 2016, and I have secured one of the highest marks in the interview, that is 206. I am here to share my journey through this preparation. Therefore, first I will talk about my journey, my experience with Civil Services Examination, how it has been for the past 4-5 years. And then I will talk about the specific preparation strategy that one can adopt to actually clear this examination. And towards the end of it, I will just give whatever wisdom that I have gathered from this through these years of experience. First, I would like to talk about this preparation that I have begun in the year 2012. That was my first attempt. When I came to give Civil Services Examination in the year 2012, I was working in a bank prior to that. So I had just resigned from that job and then came to Civil Service Exam preparation. The exam was in the month of May 2012. I had absolutely no preparation whatsoever for the examination. However, I was confident that I will clear the examination because of CSAT. CSAT, as I had cleared my CAT examination to get admission into IIMs. CAT being one of the toughest examinations, I thought CSAT should not be an issue for me to clear. And with that confidence, I should say rather, I was overly confident about clearing the exam through CSAT. I had given that examination without much of a preparation. And I ended up getting 208.16 in CSAT 2000, the Civil Service Examination 2012, when the cutoff was 209. That was the first shocker that I had in my years of preparation. So the first thing that I learned in my preparation was never to be overconfident. Whatever effort that I had put into, that did not materialize because I did not read much of GS. So that was my first year of Civil Service Examination, which ended in the preliminary stage itself. So the first lesson that I gathered, never be overconfident. You might be the topper in your school, you might be the topper in your university, it does not matter. Civil services demands something else, you have to adapt to that. That's the first thing that I learned. That's how my first year has gone by. Next came the year 2013. In the year 2012, I had secured only 140 in CSAT. Back then, it was not a qualifying examination. So that really hurt me in the sense that how can I get 140 in CSAT? I was supposed to get minimum, the bare minimum I was expecting was something like 170. I had ended up with 140s. So the next year I had put in effort into CSAT, into GS as well, and I ended up getting 183.33 in CSAT paper. That was not a qualifying examination. So I had got 183 and the cutoff was something like 241, and I had around 100 in GS. So I could clear the exam preliminary stage without much of an issue. I had something like 280 when the cutoff was 241. So the preliminary stage had gone by, so I had cleared it without much of a problem. And then came the mains. In the year 2013, the main syllabus had been changed. So when the main syllabus was changed, I was not ready for that. And I thought when I had cleared the preliminary examination, so it will not be much of an issue for me to go through mains examination. I was not able to fathom, I was not able to comprehend the level of preparation that one needs to actually clear this examination in mains stage especially. So I just prepared whatever I could. There was around 7-8 months of time. I thought I could be able to clear this examination with 7-8 months of preparation. I had given the exam just going through. I had not taken any test series in 2013. I thought one preparation should be sufficient for me to go through that one as well. So I gave that examination. I was actually, having that, nurturing that wild dream of, clearing the examination. I thought I would be able to clear it easily. But when the results came, it was a shocker to me that the cutoff was 564 in the year 2013 for general category. I had 457 out of this total examination, which meant that I lost the cutoff, or I failed the examination by a margin of 107 marks. 107 marks is such a distant thing that you cannot actually do that without doing something drastically correct or rectifying whatever you have done so drastically wrong. And then I decided, the first thing that came to me, then I realized that though I was an IIM student, that this exam demanded something else which I was completely lacking. That is the actual time when I realized that civil service exam is a serious thing. Up to then I was having only this thing that I will give a maximum of 2 or 3 attempts, maximum 3, nothing more than that. But here I had already lost 2 attempts without making much of a progress. And then in the year 2014, I became serious, and I knew that prelims I will clear it easily because of my CSAT examination. I realized that my GS is the one that is actually pulling me back. I put effort into GS. I did whatever I could in the year 2014. Everything went relatively smoothly. But in the year 2014 mains, what happened is that my essay actually hit me hard. I experimented in essay, saying that I wrote one of the essay as a dialogue thing, basically between the conversation between two people, let's say X and Y. I wrote it in that particular fashion. Everything went. And again in the year 2014, the results came in the month of May 2015 for the 2014 examination. Again I failed. That was the first time throughout my life when I failed any stage twice. मैं हमेशा कभी फेल होता था, लेकिन एक स्टेज पे एक बार फेल होता था. मैंने never twice. This was the first time I failed in a single stage twice. That hit me. That's one of the lowest points in my preparation. काफी गंदा लगा था उस दिन. मतलब I couldn't even do anything on that particular thing. कुछ नहीं कर पाया. मतलब I didn't even know what has actually hit me to become failure in that one, because I had really put in some effort into that one. Then it was when the marks came in the year 2015, जुलाई में मार्क नंबर आया था जब सब इंटरव्यूज खत्म हो गया था. When the marks came, I got 63 in essay. The cutoff was 678, and I had 630 in mains, and I had 63 in essay, which basically meant that I lost the mains not because of any other thing, but only because of my essay. Essay 60, it's washout. It's basically you are not fit for clearing the mains examination. That was the scenario. So I realized that there is something drastically I have to improve upon. That is the point I decided to explore. But up to then I was preparing on my own, not much of a group as well. Singly prepare कर रहा था. Since I had not taken any coaching for the examination, I did not have many friends as well, so with whom I could actually interact. Then I decided that okay, I will just switch over to Delhi. Till then I was in Hyderabad, so मैं switch over किया था Delhi को. Came to Delhi and then started interacting with people कि मुझमें क्या कमी थी जो which actually pulling me back. I came in the year 2015, and one more thing happened. Fortunately, or for my benefit or wrong, in the year 2015, CSAT was made qualifying. When CSAT was made qualifying, that was the first shaker actually. मतलब, will I be able to clear prelims? Because till then I was clearing the examination predominantly because of CSAT. I would not say only because of CSAT, but predominantly because of CSAT. So that was a kind of thing to me. There was many other people also who were saying that I was clearing the exam only because of CSAT. अगर CSAT remove करता है तो तुम prelims भी नहीं कर पाओगे. All these things started doing rounds. Had I failed in 2015 prelims, that would have lent credence to what people were actually saying. So I decided that no, I mean, no matter what, whether it is prelims, CSAT is qualifying or whatever, if I have to clear this exam, I have to clear it no matter what. Whatever these preliminary, whether it's CSAT is qualifying or normal. So I said, okay, I will just go through this one. I had put into effort into that one, only GS. CSAT was never a problem to me. So put entire effort into GS. So I got something like around 116 and cutoff was 107. I was clearing it easily. This is the point. 2015 mains was the point. And most of you, in fact, all of you may not even believe that that was the first time when I had taken any material of any coaching institution. तब तक एक भी material नहीं पढ़ा था मैंने coaching institutions का, जो भी था. The only thing that I had was I should be able to clear this without just going through newspaper and all. So then I realized that it may not work, because the information that I have to gather to clear this examination must be from various sources, and it is a vast amount of information which I may not be able to gather by reading 2-3 newspapers. That's what I realized, and then I said, okay, now I have to go through some sort of material. Then I purchased some materials, gone through that one apart from the standard text and so on. Then gave mains, and also I joined one of the test series as well. Fortunately, in 2015, I was when the results were announced, I was really really tense that whether I will be able to make through prelims, through mains or not. Fortunately, I made it. 2015 का prelims mains clear हो गया था. Then I was started preparing for main interview in the year 2016. 2016, that is for 2015 mains. When I started preparing, then again the same, I attended mock interviews. I attended mock interviews in various places. I attended in GS Core as well, so last year also. So wherever I was going, most of the feedback that I was getting was that yes, you are really good and you should be able to get something like 190 or 200. So I was also confident that I will get those sort of scores in the interview. So मुझे लगा कि हो जाएगा, मतलब it will not take much time for me to clear this interview stage and all. I prepared well also for the interview, and when the interview day came, that was on 31st March 2016, That was the worst thing that can ever happen to me, and that was the worst interview I had for no reason. I don't know, that was beyond my control, something. I don't know what went wrong, what hit me in the interview, but I got only 151. I was actually expected to get something like 200, but I ended up getting 151. Gone. Complete disaster. There was no way that I can make it to, this final list when it was 150. I still remember the results were declared on May 10th, 2016. Results came in at 4:10 p.m. 4:10 p.m. I did not make it. I realized that I was not in the final list, and I was teaching in one of the institutions, so I had to take a class at 4:45. आधा घंटा का समय था जो मतलब I had to get over the disappointment. I couldn't even cancel that class because it was very late for them to arrange for anything else. That was almost, that is the nadir that I had actually touched, because I didn't know what to do, because that was my 4th attempt and I had only 2 attempts and I was already nearing 30. The age was also one of the issues that I had to tackle, because those of you who are watching the video, you know that once you are getting to 30 and you are still unmarried, you know what exactly the sort of pressure that will actually be put on your mind. I didn't know what to do. 4:45 I had to take the class, and when I was actually coming, I had received that message from coaching institutions that so and so student of ours is country topper या country second rank, country third rank. अरे भाई पहले मेरा क्लियर नहीं हुआ है यार, ये सब मैसेज देख के और भी बुरा लगा था. क्या है मतलब, I couldn't even control myself कि मतलब there is something going wrong in this one drastically. I took that class. I had to take that class because I had already committed to them. Took that class and just finished it in 1.5 hours when the class was 2 hours, and then just went home. That was the first time or probably the second time that I literally cried because of my performance in the examination. तब तक मैंने कभी नहीं रोया था कि जब भी एग्जाम में फेल होता था कि मतलब ठीक है, इट्स फाइन एनफ, दैट डज नॉट मैटर, तो फेलियर तो आता ही है. बट इसमें मुझे मतलब I was feeling like crying because I literally cried. It's not because of I was not able to fail, but because of what else can I do. मतलब that was my 4th attempt. What else could I do? जितने भी मैं करता था मतलब it was falling short of the things. जितने भी करूं मतलब I was not able to make it. So what else? That pinched me continuously. It pinched me. And then I said 2016 May 10th was the result. 2-3 दिन मैंने ब्रेक लिया दिल्ली से. मैं मतलब I went to Hyderabad just to spend some time with friends. 10 days complete break. I didn't even study anything, absolutely nothing. Just went there and then just relaxed, nothing else. Then came back. Then I realized that there is something that people are doing that which is lacking in me. जो भी मतलब अलग बंदे कर रहे थे वो मैं नहीं कर पा रहा था. It's not because I am not capable. That was not the doubt. The doubt came into my mind whether will I be able to make it after 2014 mains. पहले बार जो लगा था कि am I capable. मतलब पहले ये था कि I am an IIM MBA graduate. So IIM कलकत्ता का था, तो obviously I had that अंदर से वो था कि मतलब confidence or over confidence, I should be able to make it. यार any day, this is also an exam, I should be able to clear this one. हो नहीं पा रहा था, तो पहले बार लगा था कि क्या हो पाएगा मेरे से. But somehow I persisted. I thought, I convinced myself that yes, I can make it. So जब मैं फेल हो गया था दूसरे बार, तब घर पे भी प्रेशर आने लग गया कि यार अभी छोड़ दो, you have a good corporate, you have good career. MBA किया था IIM से, IIM कोलकाता से, so obviously I will get more than decent job, maybe 1-2 lakh salary, so I can just get settled in there. That was the easier way out for me. मुझे लगा नहीं, this is my dream, this is what I have nurtured since my childhood, तो इसको करना ही पड़ेगा. So then because of that, then I continued. So 2016 what I have done, पहले मुझे लगा कि let me study for prelims. Prelims there was only 2 months, so I had put complete my 100% effort into the prelims. So prelims eventually I was getting something like 130, 135, cutoff was something around 115, so should not be a problem. I cleared it. Then came mains. That was the biggest hurdle. Yeah, and just one more thing that I would like to add before we move on to 2016 mains was that 2015 May cutoff was 676 for general category and I had 677, which meant I had cleared the cutoff by 1 mark. 1 मार्क से मेरा क्लियर हो गया था, मतलब इट वॉज बाई चांस दैट आई क्लियर्ड. अगर एक भी क्वेश्चन कहीं भी एग्जाम में अटेम्प्ट किया नहीं होता तो मेरा नहीं हो पाता. दैट वॉज द सिनेरियो. सो इंटरव्यू में आई नीडेड लिटरली 200 टू एक्चुअली मेक इट इनटू द फाइनल लिस्ट. दैट वॉज नो वेयर बिकॉज आई हैड ओनली 150. सो मुझे लगा एवरीथिंग दैट इज एक्चुअली गोइंग रॉन्ग इज गोइंग रॉन्ग इन मेन्स. सो देन आई थॉट ओके आई शुड डू समथिंग इन मेन्स. देन आई स्पोक टू पीपल. 2015 तक मतलब आई डोंट नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आई वाज थिंकिंग, बट मुझे ये लगा कि किसी दूसरे के टॉपर्स की आंसर शीट देखने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. मुझे लगा कि मतलब who are they are also like me. What else they would have written apart from what I am thinking? Maybe IIM same. So they are also from normal schools, I am from IIM, so I don't think they can do something spectacular than what I am doing. That was the thought I had. कभी नहीं देखा था, not even a single topper's answer sheet I had seen till 2016 July August. लेकिन तब मुझे realization हो गया था कि यार there is something wrong in you. Jagdish, you have to do something, you are falling it drastically. Then I saw the topper's mark sheet. People may not even believe that, but that was the first time in my 5th attempt is what I have seen topper's mark sheet. उससे पहले कभी नहीं देखा था मैंने, किसी का भी, जो भी हो, मतलब whatever it is, I thought कि मतलब they are, especially whatever they are writing, I can do it better. But I realized that everyone have their own strength, which may not be my strength. People who have done their BA, people who have done their political science, history, geography, obviously are better equipped to write answers in mains than what we are doing. Then I realized, went through topper's answer sheets, some 20, 30, 40 more than that, and I spoke to my friends who have cleared the examination, who had more than decent marks, cleared the exam by getting some, who got into IAS and so on. Then I went through that, put my every total effort into that one, giant couple of test series as well, and then I wrote my mains. I thought I will get really, really good marks in mains, so I was confident of clearing mains. 2016 mains was the first time that I was confident that I will clear mains. No matter what the cutoff is, I will clear it this time. That's how confident I was about 2016 mains कि मेरा हो पाएगा इस बार. Then the results came and eventually I cleared the examination. Then the interview stage. That last year experience was pinching me this time. That Jagdish, see, I mean, it does not matter whether what people are saying कि सब लोग बोल रहे हैं कि तेरे 200 आएगा या फिर 190 आएगा, 210 आएगा, whatever it is. But I thought नहीं. What people are saying is immaterial to me. I have to make it this time. I have to materialize. I have to make sure that it becomes a reality. So I went back to the notification. मुझे notification में मैं पढ़ा कि what UPSC is expecting in interview, what they are wanting from the candidate. Read that and went through that thoroughly. What else, what all the things that they are expecting. Read that and try to incorporate that. For 2016 interview, the thing that I did differently was the 2015 civils का interview में मैंने ज़्यादा पढ़ने के लिए कोशिश की थी. I thought of reading more and more and then gathering more knowledge and then answering, acing each and every question in the interview. But then I realized it's not going to work. 2016 interview के लिए मैंने ये strategy बनाया था कि whatever it is, I have to do mental conditioning. So पहले मेरा दिमाग को बदलने हैं. And that is where I thought the GS core interview was really helpful to me. I met Agarwal sir, who was one of the panelist members over here. I came to him since he was one of the, he was one of the interview panel members also previously in UPSC civil service itself. I thought it will definitely help me. I spoke to sir, I said, sir, this is what has happened to me last time. सब लोग यही बोल रहे थे कि आपको 200 मिलेगा या फिर 190 मिलेगा. But tell me what exactly I should do. I had some fears in my mind. I was actually working in a coaching institution. Coaching institution में मैं काम कर रहा था कि I was skeptical whether I should say that. So thing and that, sir said this thing that, see, no matter what you are doing, as long as you are doing some legal work, as long as you are doing honestly, that's fine enough. So that made me free. That where I am working is not going to have any impact on my interview performance. Rather, interview marks that the panelists are going to award. I had a personal discussion with sir, and I also had an interview session with sir as well. So Agarwal sir से किया था. उसके बाद it really helped me. Then I went into the interview. This time I realized that even if I am not able to answer questions, some of the questions, that's fine enough. But whatever I am answering, I will answer it from my heart. जो भी मुझे लगता है, दिल में से जो भी लगता है, वही सवाल वहाँ पे जवाब दूंगा. And nothing like what they are expecting. So that is what I have done. I tried to maintain that. एक दो question कुछ कर नहीं पाया था, मतलब in the heat of the moment I could not answer them properly. But interview went really well. So all the panelists were happy. They were, they were really happy with my performance, except one or two panelist members. The other three, I could convince them with my answers. When I came out of the interview, the first feeling that I had when I was, wearing that blazer and then buttoning it, that I thought, इस साल हो जाएगा. The interview was good, इस साल हो जाएगा. So I thought I will get something like 190 because the interview was good, my communication was good. The way I was talking, I was giving honest answers, I was giving answers to the point. I thought I will make it this time. When the results came, I thought my mains went really, really well. It went way above the expectations is what I felt. So मुझे ये लग रहा था कि मतलब if my mains went really well, I will make it into top 100. अगर mains ठीक से नहीं हुआ तो I will be something like 250. In fact, I had told it to my uncle as well. See, there are two possibilities that I will end up with. If my mains was good, I will be 100 plus or minus 20, that's for sure. If my mains was bad, I will be 200 plus or minus 50. This is what I had told 2 days before the final results also to my uncle as well, which meant basically between 80 to 120 or 150 to 250. Eventually on the result day I ended up with 249 towards the fag end of that one, 250 के पास. तो मुझे लगा मेंस में थोड़ा इधर उधर हो गया था या फिर इंटरव्यू में थोड़ा कम नंबर आ गया होगा. The first thing that I felt when I saw that rank was, oh my God, relieved. हो गया अभी. जो भी इस साल करना है मतलब I need not go through this चक्र of life and death again and again. जो तीन लेवल्स होता है तो 3 लेवल पे आप मतलब लिटरली मरने का फायदा है, मतलब मरने का पॉसिबिलिटी है. प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एंड इंटरव्यू. And after that also you don't have much time. Again you have to continue. That is what I thought, oh, I am relieved. Because this year you knew as the results were on May 31st, the prelims was on June 18th. There was hardly any time for you to pick up yourself. Had I failed this time, I'm sure that even prelims might have been a disaster. But I was confident since my interview went well, so fortunately I cleared this and I got 249th rank. Those 5 years of hard work, whatever I had actually put into that, or rather I would say some 3 years of hard work, that intense hard work that has gone into that, had materialized on the day of May 31st, 2017. Everything had been forgotten. And right now I am standing before you. You will only see what I got right now, 249. The hard work that I had put into that before that, no one else actually can even know. Because of my, some personal issues, I had to work. I had to work, to make sure that, I am financially viable. So I was not getting complete time. I had to work to make sure that I am going through with this one as well. So what I say is that, the only thing that you can see right now is that I am happy because I cleared the examination, everything went well. But everything was not rosy when I was actually preparing. So much effort has gone into that. There were so many disappointments. It was only in 2016 that everything clicked. That is what, the thing that I would like you to understand is that it is a long journey. आपको दिमाग में ये सोच लेना कि मतलब 10-15 मिनट में नहीं हो पाएगा, 1-2 साल में नहीं हो पाएगा. I always say this one, you see, people who have cleared it in first attempt, who have cleared it in second attempt, or maybe whatever that is, I don't like to take names, but you see last year topper and the toppers 3-4 years before that, they had cleared it in their first attempt, so that's fine enough. But please understand, he or she, that if I consider the case of Tina Dabi, who the top ranker last time, her graduation was political science and her optional was also political science, which meant that she had already prepared for that since her graduation. क्या आप कर रहे थे वो? When you were actually doing that, you pose this question to yourself. Were you doing this in your graduation? आप engineering करके यहाँ पे आते हो and then you take your PubAd, anthropology, whatever optional that you are taking. Then you don't expect yourself to clear it in the first attempt. That is the first thing. तो आपको time लगता है इसमें. It needs time. And it needs consistency as well. If you are not planning to give more than 1 year or 2 years is what you are planning to give it to the examination, most likely that you will not be able to make it. If you are planning to give 3 to 4 years, you will definitely make it. If you are confident, you will definitely make that. That is what I have realized, time and effort. इसको time चाहिए और effort भी देने चाहिए. You will definitely make through this examination. And let me tell you, once you become mentally free, things will start to flow. For instance, this time जून May 31st को रिजल्ट आया था, उसके बाद ज़्यादा टाइम वक्त भी नहीं था मेरे पास. I just after the results, these celebrations and everything went on. I had literally prepared nothing for 2017 prelims, absolutely nothing, zero preparation. And when I wrote the exam, this is my last attempt, so I had to give. Otherwise, I wouldn't have given. I would have taken a break. I got something like 120 this time. I am getting something like 120. So according to UPSC, it should be something like 115 plus. Absolute zero preparation. कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं था मैंने. But since that's basically because I am mentally very free now. So my mind was working really, in a positive frame of mindset. That is what will happen. When your mindset is proper, when you are mentally free and relaxed, the things will start to flow. So keep these things to yourself. Keep these things in your mind, and then when you are start preparing on these things. This has been my journey, through UPSC for the past, 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. Okay, so that is what I would like to say. And one last thing that I would like to say regarding this is that couple of things keep in mind. Number one, don't be overconfident. You might be your school topper, you might be your college first ranker, but this demands something else. मैंने पहले ही बोला था आपको, मैं भी IIM से था. I had 99.93 in CAT. 99.93 percentile in CAT is not an easier thing. Those of you who are taken CAT, you will understand what exactly I am saying. So, but this exam demands something else. Go for that. Understand the demand of the examination, then you will clear the exam. First thing. Secondly, learn from others. Don't think that everything you will learn it for yourself. Then you have to face failure so many times. Because that is what has actually happened to me. अगर मैं पहले ही realize होता कि what other people are doing, I should try to replicate that. Probably it's just a hypothetical scenario, but still I could have cleared it in 2014 or 2015. That's the second thing. And number three, you have to put time and effort. Never think that कि मतलब on and off you are doing for 3 months you are studying and then 1 month break. No, it will not happen. You have to be consistent and you have to put time and effort continuously. And lastly, everyone will have their own style. My style is different from what your style is. For instance, I have one of my friends who reads hardly for some 4 or 5 hours, but yet he managed to get into IAS. Because his mental capacity is different and our mental capacity is different. Each one of us have a different mental capacity. It's simple like, saying that, Sehwag or Dravid ka compare karo. Sehwag is Sehwag, he plays very fast. He also is valuable. Dravid plays very slow, but he is also valuable. In fact, sometimes we consider Dravid to be more valuable than Sehwag. That is what you have to understand. You have your own style. If you don't know what your style is, try to discover that. Don't fall into this trap of looking at others and then trying to replicate them, what other people are doing. What others are doing good, you try to inculcate into you. Don't copy their style, because they have been nurtured or they have been born and brought up in a different setup, and you are born and brought up in a different setup. हर किसी का अलग-अलग कहानी होता है. See, what I am saying is, I am not saying that I have done something spectacular. In fact, there are 248 people ahead of me who have done better than me in this particular examination. But that doesn't, reduce my level of achievement, because I had done it in my own set of constraints or whatever the issues that I had to face. That is what I would like to say. Each one of you have your own strength. Find that out and you will ace this examination. That's for sure. Thank you and all the best to all of you.